Well guys, it's May the 5th and I've just come down to the micro orchard, do a little job and have a look at the blossom. The apple blossoms just coming out now. Also yesterday, that was my latest acquisition. I got those for nothing. There's almost 40 breeze block there. I'll tell you in a minute why I want them. But yeah, let's just pay a minute attention to this beautiful apple blossom. That's on a dwarfing rootstock, that one. That's it's a big cooker, a large one. Forget the name of it as always. It's got a tag on. I've grafted that one a few times because I like it so much. I know that's Egremont russet, that one. As you'll see, not all trees blossom at the same time. So for example, this one is still in quite close bud, whereas that's fully open, that's fully open, that's still in close bud, and this one over here hasn't even got any leaves on it yet. It's always the last one. I think it is Somerset Red Streak. It's always the last one to break leaf and flower. So, but you know, that's what I say. Some of them are just. That's why you have to make sure when you're planning your orchard that certain pollination groups cross over with others. I mentioned it before, like A will pollinate B but not C, B will pollinate C but not D, so on and so forth. So just bear that in mind if you're planting fruit trees. I always love this time of year though, if we get decent weather, you know. It's just lovely. I'm saying decent weather, we've got a few days of lots of showers coming in, so today's probably, apart Sunday's looking alright. Pear blossom is kind of going over now, although again some of it's still fully open. But see here, that's finished now, things like that. I don't know how the grafts are doing, they're not looking brilliant to be honest, but you know, you can only try, can't you? These grafts on here, I don't know whether they got burnt by the frost. I should have put maybe a paper bag over it or something. That one just doesn't look good at all, the colour of it I don't like. But I'll leave them a bit longer and see what happens, you know, I just had to try. Here's my 2 rows of spuds. They're almost all of them through, just one missing on the end here, and I think you can see 1 or 2 just not quite through yet on that row. And also you'll see there's some raspberries shooting back. There must be bits of root left in the ground. There's one just there, another one coming up near the spud, but it's alright, it's not a big issue. Another piece just here, look. You know, I'll just wait and either till they grow up a bit I can pull them out, or when I lift the spuds I'll just dig around again and get them out, you know, get the roots out. These little weeds coming up now, I think the best thing to do with those is just wait really until you get a hot day and then just run along there with the hoe and just hoe them off, and then hopefully that'll keep the soil clean, because in here I think I'm going to put cabbages. Yeah, which reminds me about the breeze block. So you'll see what currently the edging is kind of made out of pallet wood, which, yeah, it's been alright and it was free, so I'm not grumbling about that, but it rots quite quickly. And so you've got to keep replacing it. So I've got the breeze blocks. I'm just going to make the same sort of thing but with blocks, so I can actually sink it into the ground. I only need 2.5, maybe 3 inch of the block above soil, and it'll be a really solid job. I just think it'll be a better job all around really, so there's no rush to do it just yet. It's as and when, it could be an overwinter thing, but that's the plan. I'm going to eventually, the whole thing, you know, will be done out breeze block. So here's looking down the elephant garlic bed, and it's looking really good. So probably in the next week or so I'm going to give it an additional bit of fertiliser, just some grow more, just to boost it up a little bit. You know, the spare ones are planted, they all came through. So we've got a full show in there now, and this is the asparagus bed, and I'm hoping you can see that it's all coming through. See that one there, just coming through, just there, well through, and just walking down there, and then those last three, they're all through. So we're just waiting on this little patch here, but so far that's great, it's looking really promising. This is the little hedging rows I got off Thompson and Morgan, and already, if you can make that out, but it's got flower buds coming already, so I'm really looking forward to seeing that in flower. Looking down this trellis of loganberry, you'll see it won't be long now before they're flowering. They've got the buds there, it's always a good sign. And so the other job I needed to do is, if you see this bed of, well, not a bed, a row if you like, of comfrey, it's about 30 foot long, that's ready for its first cut, so I've come down to actually cut that. So when I've done it, I'll bring you back. Well, I've got about, I would say, 2/3, just near 2/3 of the way. And I'm putting it in this dumpy bag. Last year I chopped it and put it in trugs, but I think what I was going to do this year was put it in the dumpy bag and drag it up to the van. Take it, because all this is going home to me compost heap at home, I think. So it's getting pretty heavy now. I'm on my own, so I need to be able to get it in and out of the van. So I don't want to overload it, you see. But so I might either cut that now and chuck it in the back of the van, or I might just leave it, come cut it in the next couple of days, because I could use it for other things, you know. It doesn't all have to go home, although I would like to get a big pile and get some heat up, you know. Another thing worth mentioning is these pinks. You can see how quite all of a sudden they seem to start shooting up with these flower stems. And this bed was created in the last 2 years. Yeah, 2 years I think it was. Or they're in the second year now, rather, should I say. And if you look at the difference between that piece there and then just pan down that section there, you can see how, you know, they're a lot older. There's a lot of it looks dead. It's absolutely infested with moss and weeds. So what I'll probably do is sometime around, just immediately after I've cut the flowers, I'll take some more cuttings and I'll probably dig that all out, clear it, and then replant. But just this one bed here, I don't think I'll do it with that one. It's too much work. I need to cut down on the amount of work I've got, especially as you know I'm helping my mate up at the field now, so I've got to really be realistic about what I'm doing. So guys, May the 6th, I'm just going to spin you around to the compost pile. So just to follow on from yesterday, in the end I brought up the whole lot in 2 builder's dumpy bags. So I got one lot done, and then I ran out of straw. So I've just been down to the orchard now, I've got a bag full of straw. And then it's just a matter of chopping this lot up. So I need to put a layer of straw on that, you know, just layer it as you do, and then I'll soak it, and that should, you know, kind of bring it up there somewhere, which is a good start to the new pile. So the only other thing I just want to update you on is in here, greenhouse, you can see these are the dwarf French beans. That's variety Ferrari. So they're coming through now, they've got some heat. And oh yeah, the Ichikuri squash. I can see there's 4. Hopefully that'll come through and that'll be a full show. And then the second sowing of courgettes. So far we've got 4 out of 6, so that's pretty good. Okay, catch you later.